You're right here. You're entering the no bull zone. You get great rates. You don't have to deal with any of the bull. Jalen Hurts getting ready to battle Brock Purdy. He's also on the ballot for both MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Guys in both categories, Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, and Jalen Hurts.
Well, that's embarrassing for us. We have an error.
What is it?
Offensive Player of the Year. Kelsey's name's not up there.
You know?
Oh, he's not a good award, fellas. Great award. Great job, voters. Kelsey, not a finalist. Give me a break.
Fair critique.
Give me a break. Sorry, we didn't have an error. Just the entire NFL voting public had the error. My bad. Go ahead, Wild.
Do you think Jalen Hurts being slept on?
No. I mean, if he was being slept on, he wouldn't be on these two lists. And we all know, whether you think he deserved it or not, if he doesn't miss those 2 games with injury, he might be the MVP. So I don't think he's being slept on at all. If he is indeed underrated, though, it would be because, Nick, he doesn't fit the mold of what we think the great quarterback is. And you can say, well, now we're getting used to running quarterbacks. But the running quarterbacks that people really fawn over, Lamar, Michael Vick, guys like that, they're dynamic. Even Josh Allen. They're running over people or they're slick with it and got all these moves and spins and things like that. Jalen's like a power runner. He averaged about 5 yards a carry. I think a little less than that. So he doesn't do it like Lamar and Vic did it, but people underestimate his passing. Check out who he averaged more yards per game than this year in passing.
Well.
Dak Prescott.
Well.
Real talk. Derek Carr.
We would hope so.
Real talk.
You're not
Aaron Rodgers. And check this one out, because this dude's getting a whole lot of love lately. Trevor Lawrence.
Oh.
He averaged more yards per game passing than Trevor Lawrence and gives you the running. Yeah. If he's being slept on, that's why.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's being slept on. I think that we were giving his team a lot of credit early in the season, saying that his team was what made him better. But I think him missing those 2 games actually helped him even more because they weren't able to be the same offense. They didn't look the same. It showed the value of what he brings to that team. Look, this is a guy that he turned the ball over 8 times this entire season, 35 touchdowns, total touchdowns this year. He's an MVP finalist. I'm not saying you should be excited because you want to win an award if you're up for it. But Jalen Hurts made some massive improvements this year, and he's on that list. Congrats, man.
Is it okay if I keep sleeping on him a bit?
Okay.
Is it okay? I just want to know. I know the media is going to get mad at me. I know that listen, there are some rules in this, and the rules are when guys have a massive improvement, we must all pretend like we 100% believe this is just who they're going to be moving forward. I'm going to wait on this one. I think Jalen Hurts is good. I think he's absolutely good. I think there's no question about it. And the Eagles, I think he's going to be their quarterback. They're going to sign him to a contract. I think he's good. Do I think that Jalen Hurts, when we look at the next 5 years of his career, he is going to be an MVP finalist again? I don't. Do I think that what he did this year is going to be, that's who he is now. He is, you know what I mean, one of the best dual threat every year quarterbacks and one of the most efficient passing quarterbacks in football? I'm not sure about it. And so I'm not closing the door on it. I am not saying it's an impossibility, but right now I think that they in Philadelphia, and Eagles fans get mad at me, it's fine. What they have built there with that offensive line and the trade for A.J. Brown was spectacular, and he's been great. And that's a really, really good team. And Jalen he's checked every box this year. I can't poke any holes at what he's done this year. I simply am not certain that this is sustainably who he's going to be. And I think that now Wilds hates my draft bias, but I am more skeptical. I just am. I just am more skeptical of guys that aren't blue chippers coming out of college. I am more skeptical of guys who have to leave their college to go play somewhere else. I just am.
Or another pro.
What? Okay, yeah, another. I understand. And Tua, by the way, when everyone was giving Tua an MVP, I said, is okay if I still wait on that, and I'm still waiting on that.
I hate Alabama
and so, by the way, this has bitten me before, because Joe Burrow had to change colleges, but he at least then was the number 1 pick of his draft.
But Joe Montana was a 3rd round pick?
Okay.
I'm just saying, Tom Brady, 6th round?
All right, whenever we have to go back to Joe Montana, that's where I rest my case.
Brady?
Is where it's like, even Brady, that's 25 years ago. we're talking about. Russell Wilson, who used to be
Lamar
the trendy,
Jackson, a late first round.
Yeah, but Lamar's thing, I think, was more about people not believing in that style. Now, maybe you would say that's what happened to Jalen as well. Maybe it is. I'm simply going to hold off on anointing him as, when we talk about, let me ask you guys this. When you say, Brew, right now, who are the 3 best quarterbacks in football? Are you saying his name?
No. I don't mind a lot of what you said. One thing, I do think he'll be in the MVP, another top 5 finish at some point in the next 5 years. I don't think what you said was terribly wrong. I mean, I do want to see a little more before I say this is who he is. He's a Hall of Famer because that's what he's on pace for. I'm with you on that, but I think he's a little better than you're giving him credit for.
Okay. Coming up after the break, brand new video of Patrick Mahomes at practice.
Really?
He looks pretty good.
Really?
I'll admit it. He looks good.
Right now are on the advantage of a rookie quarterback contract. And, they had some lean years and without getting too much into their build. And, I don't want to suck bad enough to have to get Jamar Chase. Like, he's a heck of a talent. I'd love to have him, but you gotta go through some lean years to do that. We're paying Stephon Diggs a pretty hefty number. We're paying Josh Allen a pretty hefty number. So there is the constraints of the cap.
Okay.
Not wrong.
He is wrong. He's factually wrong. That is, listen, he's right
Greg
in
Jennings
that.
is here, everybody.
Hi, Greg.
Sorry.
Good to see you, buddy. Sorry, I had to jump in.
What's up, brother?
He's right in that the shortcut to contention is draft a quarterback who's instantly awesome. You don't pay him like a star quarterback and go win. Where he's wrong is in everything else he said. So first of all, when he says, we're paying Stephon Diggs a ton of money, you made the decision
Absolutely.
to trade the pick that became who? Justin Jefferson, who would have been on a rookie contract to get Stephon Diggs. That's first of all. Second of all, Josh Allen's contract extension has not kicked in yet. So this past year, the year the Bengals just beat the Bills, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow made a combined against the cap $17 million. Diggs and Allen made a combined against the cap $27 million. So they were more expensive, but it was $10 million. You got mad at me when I talked cap stuff yesterday. I told you it was going to be the hot topic today. I was priming the audience. But if you had problems building a roster this year with that $10 million discrepancy, what the hell are you going to do when next year Chase and Burrow cost a combined, let me get it right, $18 million, and Allen and Diggs next year cost a combined $60 million? Allen and Diggs get expensive for you this coming season, which is why, Brew, and I hate to say it, but this was such a devastating missed opportunity. I'm not saying, Brew, they can't contend. What you said yesterday is correct. If you have a great quarterback, and we'll see if Josh Allen's a great quarterback, but assuming he is, you're going to be in the conversation. But there are ebbs and flows to when you're in the best position. Right now was their best position. It gets harder now, not easier.
I'm with you. This is nothing but an excuse. This was a horrible press conference for him. I mean, I'm sorry. It was straight up. You were 13-3. They were 12-4. You can argue Buffalo had the better roster. They certainly had on paper and by the rankings the better offensive line. And the Bengals were without 3 starters. And they manhandled you. Whose defense was ranked second in the league in points allowed? Oh, Buffalo's. All right. Okay, Jamar Chase is slightly better than Stephon Diggs. I mean, Stephon Diggs is great.
Yeah.
So he is making excuses. Their problem was not their roster. Now, they did have injuries, but their problem was that when it came time to ball in the snow, they didn't show up. That's what the problem was.
Yeah, Brandon Bean, come on, man. Like, you can't do this with Stephon Diggs and the media doing like this to Josh Allen and the team. Like, this is bad. Like, everybody has an opportunity to draft a quarterback. You drafted Josh Allen. He was on a rookie deal. You just laid out all those numbers. But my issue is, like, because a team, he almost talks about it as if the Bengals has a better GM.
Are so much better. Well, and their
he's done a
roster's
better
light
job
years ahead of ours.
Like,